So usually when we do character guides, we go over the basics first, but there's absolutely nothing about C.Viper that's basic. And plus, I know you guys want to, do all of her fancy, super crazy stuff first anyways, right? This video is going to be about execution tricks, just getting started with C.Viper, how to do a lot of her cool stuff. And it's mostly going to be about tricks using her feints and her super jump cancels. And I'm sure your guys' fingers are going to thank you when you guys know these tricks. Let's start with feints first. So feints, there's two special moves that C.Viper can feint, and that is her Thunder Knuckles, Core Circle Back Punch, and her Seismos, which is Uppercut Punch. And to do the feint, the game tells you that during the startup of the move, before it comes out, you press any kick button. So it could be light kick, medium kick, or heavy kick, it doesn't matter. And when you hear the shing sound and you see that spark on the screen, you see the spark too right on C.Viper's hands when she does the Seismo and when she does the Thunder Knuckle, that's when you press any kick button. Now the heavier the strength of the Thunder Knuckles, these moves, the faster you have to feint. So the light one is really easy to feint, like really easy to press the kick button, and then medium you gotta do it a little bit faster. So you gotta do it too slow, and then the heavy one you gotta do it really fast. Like this, you gotta do it super fast. Like you press kick right away, otherwise she's gonna leave the ground. So you gotta go like bam bam. When you do it in a combo, it's a little easier to feint when you're canceling from a button. Here's what the game doesn't tell you. This is the game changer that absolutely every Viper player needs to know. Did you know you can just hold down any kick button? So let's say I hold down light kick right now, and then I do a Thunder Knuckle. It automatically feints. What? And then Seismo, same thing. Oh my god, you're an execution god. And then you can just alternate as long as you're holding down any kick. So I hold down medium kick. Actually, that's kind of hard to do on pad. I gotta play claw when I do this, but and it doesn't matter what strength of the Thunder Knuckle. I guess if you do it medium, you're gonna do parry. So I guess if you accidentally DI or parry, keep that in mind. So medium punch plus medium kick, or heavy kick plus heavy punch. Actually, that still works. Keep in mind, there might be certain combinations where you'll accidentally do one of the universal mechanics. But for the most part, yeah, if you're holding down a kick button, it will feint automatically with absolutely no timing at all. So very important. You'll look like an execution god knowing this trick. But don't worry, there's even more tricks than that if you already know that. Another big thing that really helped me personally is not only can you hold down any kick button, you could input the special move with the kick button at the same time. This is like the game changer. So when you do Thunder Knuckle, instead of holding down the kick first, you could do the Thunder Knuckle and press kick at the same time. So the main thing you're canceling your Thunder Knuckles from is the heavy version. So what I do is I go, instead of just core circle back heavy punch, or hold down kick and do core circle back heavy punch, you input core circle back, light kick, and heavy punch at the same time, like this. Just one motion, bam, cancel. And this works for Seismo too. Seismo, for me personally, because I'm using pad right now, just so you guys know. You guys are all going to use different controllers, so you guys have to kind of find what button combination is comfortable for you. Everyone kind of presses something different, but the important thing is kick plus the button. That's the strength you're using. So for Seismo, I can input uppercut heavy punch for this, but instead I'm going uppercut plus light kick at the same time. So bam. So that way, if you're doing like Seismos, you can go like this, and then you do the feint right away. So it makes it's so much more comfortable, because sometimes I'll mess up because it's high APM, and then the Seismo comes up by accident, and then I end up getting hit by a jump in anyways, right? That sucks. But it's a lot easier to just do the Seismo plus press kick at the same time, like this. So I'm going heavy punch and light kick at the same time, and then I'll get the feint, and then I can alternate between that. For me, playing on controller, usually pressing light kick plus anything is the way to go for me, because my thumb is always resting on that X button, right? Or that A button at the bottom. So it makes it easy for me. I go R1 plus the X button at the same time. To summarize, there's three ways to do it. There is the manual way, where you do the move and you press any kick button as the spark shows up, or you can hold any kick button and then do the special move while holding it down the whole time. Or the way I prefer doing it is you hold down the kick button and the strength of the special move at the same time. So in my case, core circle back and hold down heavy punch and light kick at the same time, like this. And then the Seismo, hold it down. Actually, the Seismo, you can tap it. Like once again, it's gonna depend on the controller you use and the button combination you use. You might accidentally get like a focus or a DI. Like for example, Mir likes to use his DI macro button to feint, to hold down and feint. Like I can go knuckle and hold down DI, for example, because you know a lot of people on joystick, they'll have the DI button close to their thumb. So it really depends if you use keyboard or whatever, right? Whatever is most comfortable for you. The kick button plus the strength of the button. All right, if you're an absolute beginner though, I will show you guys some sample combos that you can practice to kind of get started on it. So she can go crouching heavy punch, feint into crouching medium punch in Street Fighter 6. So let's do it the manual way first. So what you want to do is crouching heavy punch into heavy knuckle. I guess I should mention this real quick too. Let me turn the frame data on just so you guys understand this. The strength of the thunder knuckle determines how plus C.Viper is. In general, you want to always use the heavy version of her thunder knuckle. So core circle back heavy punch. So let's say we do crouching heavy punch into the light version and then feint that like this. You can see we're 0 on hit. If I do the medium version like this, I'm +4 on hit. And if we do the heavy version, we're +6. And that's when we're at our most advantage. So in this case, her crouching medium punch is 6 frames. So we can go crouching heavy punch, feint into crouching medium punch. So once again, it's crouching fierce into core circle back heavy punch, feint with any kick button, and then crouching medium punch. So this. And then you just got to do it really fast. And then boom, 2 hits. That will combo. So that's like one way for you guys to get started and practice right away. The other way you can do it is the easier way is you can just hold down a kick button. So I'm just holding down light kick the whole time. And then just practice going crouching heavy punch into core circle back heavy punch like this. And you'll notice it'll feint automatically for you. And then, oh, actually this is kind of rough on controller, but if I hold it down, I can just press medium punch after like this. I'm holding my controller claw right now to do this, but once again, it's gonna matter which controller you guys are using. So I'm holding down the light kick the whole time, and I'm just going crouching heavy punch, core circle back heavy punch, and it happens automatically. And then I hit medium. Okay, and then once again, the third way, the way I prefer to do it, is I go crouching heavy punch, and then I go core circle back light kick plus heavy punch at the same time, like this. But you have to hold it down. Don't forget to hold it down like this. Because the game, the priority of the feint kind of takes over everything. As long as you're holding down a kick button. In most cases, like I said, there might be some cases where you get DI or focus, depending on what you're pressing. But you're always using the heavy thunder knuckle. So hold it down at the same time. So I go in crouching heavy punch, core circle back, hold down light kick, hold down heavy punch like this. Wait for the feint. And then press crouching medium punch, and that's it. You just gotta do it fast. And you kind of get an idea of the rhythm and the timing. Like, you'll get a feel for it. When to let go of the buttons to press crouching medium punch. And just, yeah, sit and practice. This is like the easiest combo for you to kind of get started with. But I'll show you guys a little bit more examples too, if you guys want to practice more. So another common combo that you'll do as C.Viper is crouching medium punch into drive rush cancel. And this is where like the feints really start to shine, where they'll pay off, where they're really useful, is because normally when you dry rush cancel, you'll go to like forward heavy kick or something, and you won't be able to get that Seismo, you know, because the normal Seismo doesn't combo from crouching medium punch, unfortunately. So if you go like something like this, you know, you can't get into that Seismo without doing the OD version, which costs a lot of meter. You want to get heavy. So the next combo is going crouching medium punch, crouching heavy punch into crouching heavy punch. This will only work once again if it's a punish counter or from a drive rush. Let me check counter hit real quick, because I honestly don't know. Yeah, this is only +8, and this starts up at 9, so it has to be a punish counter or a drive rush cancel. So the combo is crouching medium punch, drive rush, crouching heavy punch, feint to another crouching heavy punch, and then you can naturally combo into the Seismo like this, and then you can do all of her B&Bs from there. Super good. So that's another one for you to practice. And you know, like I said, if you prefer doing it the old school way, like if you are an old school C.Viper player and you like doing it the manual way, where you go core circle back heavy and then you press any kick button and then just do it manually, you can do that. Or if you'd like to just hold down the button the whole match, like you're playing birdie or Balrog or something, you could do that too. I'm just giving you guys as much ideas as possible. Another way is we can do multiple feints now. So we can do 2 feints in a row. So the way we do this is, once again, it's from a punish counter. So let's say like someone whiffs an uppercut in front of your face. We can do crouching heavy punch, feint, crouching heavy punch, feint, crouching medium punch. So this will really help you get practice for the rhythm to do it. So it's like this. So now we're doing 3 hits into this. And if you want to do it without punish counter, you can dry rush cancel into this. So you can go crouching medium punch dry rush or crouching heavy punch dry rush. And you can do this like this. So from here, you have to do OD Seismo after the medium punch. Or you could just do Thunder Knuckle. And then, you know, into level 3, for example. Like that. And then you go into your level 3. Just like drop it there, though. It's still tough, even when you know the trick. Like, it still requires a lot of practice. Basically, you're trying to get used to the rhythm. The rhythm you're pressing. Because now, if you're holding the button like I am, you're holding down 2 buttons, you got to get used to when to release it. If you release it too fast, you're going to drop it, right? And if you hold it down too long, then you won't be able to press the next button. So it requires some finesse. If you land like a big punish counter, or if you want to show off to your friends, you can do 2 reps of that, basically. Because this whole combo has nothing to do with super jump cancels yet. I'll get into that. So you can do something like, you can start off with heavy kick, crouching heavy punch, and practice the combo I just showed you, and you can do it again, right? Or if you want to take it to the next level, you could just put the punish counter on and say someone whips an uppercut in front of you, and you can start it without a dry rush cancel. There we go. So if you could do that combo, that would like be like super good practice. All right, let's talk about super jump cancels now. So by now you guys obviously know that super jump, she can only do it straight up and jumping forward, and it's down to up. So it also costs 1 bar for her to do. So unlike feints, which are free, super jump cancels with C.Viper, or just super jumps in general, costs 1 bar. And then obviously with her level 1, whether it's hit or the opponent blocks, you'll get a meter on the bottom left side of the screen that will allow you an unlimited amount of super jumps, cancels, and follow-ups from your moves without spending any drive meter. So if she lands her level 1, that's when C.Viper just goes crazy, and she could just start super jump canceling like absolutely everything. So what makes super jump canceling really unique in Street Fighter 6, because C.Viper had this in Street Fighter 4 as well, but C.Viper can super jump cancel every single button. She can super jump cancel, even buttons that are not special cancelable. So every single button except for her sweep, that's the only exception. But she has a lot of buttons that are not special cancelable, but you can go into super jump, and therefore you can use the super jump to kind of bypass that and cancel the super jump into your special moves. And then if you get really good at it, it means that you can cancel all of C.Viper's buttons into anything, which is really, really strong. And like I said, it works on block too. So like you can go like this, the feint. Oh, that's actually a special cancel, but you can go like this. This is normally not special cancel. Like I can't go into knuckle here. Like this, I can't go like this into this, but I can super jump cancel it into the knuckle, into the feint. And that creates a lot of cool pressure situations with C.Viper. And yes, it's hard to do. You have to practice it a lot. Another thing that she can super jump cancel besides her buttons is her Seismo. So her projectile, her uppercut. So this is another important thing that even a basic C.Viper needs to understand. So, and this is once again on hit or block. So she can go like this into super jump, and then even on hit into super jump, and this is how you do her like her B&Bs and all that. So let's start the Seismo first, because that's like really important. All of her B&Bs usually end in Seismo, and then she has to super jump, burn kick. She can't just jump. Like you can't just jump burn kick, and you can't just do burn kick. The game requires you to super jump cancel. So that was the super jump version, and then there will be the ground version, if I can do it. It's hard for me, because I'm practicing not to doing it, but... There we go, I finally did. Oh my god, okay. So that happens. You see the burn kick came out really, really slow. So first, let me tell you guys the input. So to do super jump cancels with pretty much anything, you gotta learn to do the tiger knee motion. C.Viper's burn kick is core circle forward kick. So you want to do the same thing, but instead of ending in forward like you normally do, you end in up forward. So you're canceling it into a jump. So you do your Seismo, uppercut motion punch, and then as soon as the impact hits, as soon as Akuma gets hit, you're going core circle forward, up forward kick on that impact. So core circle forward, up forward, see? And then the burn, what's happening is C.Viper is super jump canceling it, and then when you press the kick button, she's canceling that super jump into the burn kick. So you're gonna have to get a feel for it. You could just do it on the ground, like you don't need to do Seismo. You could just go core circle forward, up forward kick, like on the ground. And if you see C.Viper turn red before that kick comes out, then you'll know you've done it correctly. You'll know she's canceling her super jump from it. Or you could also look at the top of the screen, and if you see your meter go down by 1 bar because it's a super jump, then you'll know you've done it correctly. Now, I've gotten a lot of questions from C.Viper players, like when they're doing the trials and stuff, that sometimes when they're doing this, they'll notice they'll get a slower burn kick. So you see how it's like nice and fast? That's the super jump version, and that's the one that can actually cross up the opponent. That's the one you want. But sometimes you're going to get the slow version when you do this. There we go. I just did it there. You'll notice the burn kick felt slower, and because it's the slower version, she sometimes won't be able to combo after, like doing this after, for example. If you combo, if you get the ground version, she won't like hit the ground as fast, and the opponent won't be as high, and sometimes your combos will drop. The reason this is happening is you have to think of burn kicks as 2 different moves. There's the ground version of burn kick, and then there's the air version of burn kick. And what's happening is that you might be doing the input too fast, and what's happening is you're canceling your super jump into the ground version of burn kick. So you're doing burn kick before C.Viper is actually leaving the ground. You actually do want to leave the ground, because if you don't, you won't get the air version. And the air version is better for a few reasons, because once again, it will cross up, she'll be faster, she'll hit the ground faster. So yeah, if you're pressing any button and trying to super jump cancel something, and you notice your burn kicks are like slow, they look like the ground version, it's really hard for me to like recreate and show you what it looks like, because I've tried my best to like not do it anymore myself. But the reason is because you're doing it too quickly. You're not letting her leave the ground. Some advice on canceling super jump cancel the burn kick and her light Seismo into super jump cancel burn kick. Actually, I can add this to my guide too. So the best way to stop this is to delay pressing the kick button ever so slightly. So do the tiger knee as soon as possible like you normally would, but delay that kick button. If you delay it, then that means you're letting her get off the floor. See, now I can do it every time. Just do it raw, and just slightly delay when you press that kick. Now you're gonna get it. If you get it like this, if you see like this and she glows red, it means you're doing the motion all at once. You're doing like core circle forward kick immediately, right? You're canceling it into the normal ground version. See, I just did it there. So I'm pressing it too fast. Apply that to the Seismo too. So when you do the Seismo into TK, your execution is fine. It's your timing that needs to be changed. So when you do Seismo into TK burn kick, just delay that kick button ever so slightly. And when you do it the first time, you'll understand exactly what I'm talking about. The other thing now, it would be Seismo cancels into Seismo. This is another really important thing for C.Viper. To really pressure your opponent, when you do a Seismo, you can cancel it into another Seismo. And if the opponent tries to stand up, remember, Seismo hits low. You know, this, so you really want to control that space. So to do this, on hit or block, you do your Seismo, and then you want to start sliding your thumb and doing another uppercut motion. And instead of ending in forward, just like the burn kick, you end in up forward and you press punch. So you're doing a tiger knee motion with the uppercut. So it's forward, down, forward punch to do the uppercut, and then forward, down, forward to up forward punch, because you want to super jump cancel it. So it'll look like this, and then it's kind of like a rhythm thing, where every time the impact hits, that's when you press punch. Now just keep in mind, this is going to cost a bar every time you do it, but when they block this, you're actually gaining your meter back too. So it's quite good to throw out twice every now and then to keep your opponent on their toes. And once you get better, you can kind of mix it up and go like Seismo into the feint Seismo, for example, and trick them. And so if they jump afterwards, like this, then you can anti-air them, right? And then boom, that could be really good. You can even go the normal into the OD. It's the same motion. You just press 2 punches instead of punch. And when you got her level 1 out, that's when you can really start going crazy, because now it's no longer going to cost me drive meter. It's the bar on the bottom, and the bar actually slows down as you're doing the seismos. The more aggressive you are, the more you can get out of the meter. So you can start like going crazy and just, you know, going ham and chipping them down. Now, when you're doing it this way, remember her seismos, the strength determines where it starts. It's going to pop out of the ground, right? So you want to start doing the light version when you're close, and then as the opponent's moving backwards, you transition to the medium version, and then eventually the heavy version. So you go like this, medium, and then heavy version, right? Now you see I got burnt out from that. So usually I do that when, you know, I have my level 1 out and I start going a little crazy. Eventually your opponent's going to try to jump, and that's when you do the feint, right? You go uppercut motion with kick and heavy punch at the same time. Or you could just do it manually and just press kick before the startup, and then you can anti-air them. But this is really good in burnout too, because it's just gonna, you know, chip them down like crazy. You're gonna do a massive amount of chip. And like I said, at any point you do this, you could do the feint like that, and if they jump, then, you know, checkmate. Okay, let's talk about super jump canceling buttons. This will be the hardest part of the super jump cancels for C.Viper. This is definitely the more advanced stuff now. So once again, C.Viper, you can super jump cancel any of her buttons. Now, the buttons that you need to know that you have to super jump cancel, an easy way is just to go into training mode and turn on action. No, not this one. Cancel timing display. Turn this on. And if you see the button, if you see her turn blue, that's when you know you have to super jump cancel it. Anything that's blue. If it's red, it means you don't have to. This is special cancelable. It's just a really quick way to know. So like heavy punch, I got a super jump cancel. Medium kick, heavy kick. Those are like, and crouching medium kick. She turns blue. But our cancel buttons are like medium punch, crouching heavy punch. She turns red. So that's just like a quick way of doing it. This allows her to do some crazy stuff. So let's say I use medium kick as like a poke. So if the opponent is like pressing a button, or if I get a whiff punish with this thing, I can combo this into Seismo, for example. Or even if it's not counter hit, I can go into OD Seismo like this and super jump cancel it. So to do this, it's the same kind of thing where you want to tiger knee motion it when the button hits. So to do this, I hit medium kick and I press forward, down, down, forward, forward, up, forward. So I'm doing an uppercut, but I'm ending an up forward instead. And then I input it. Now, there's kind of a rhythm to this. Like if you do it too fast, it might not come out, because you got to give, once again, you have to give C.Viper an opportunity to turn red and super jump. Sometimes you might like fly up like this. Like if you see yourself doing like this, it probably means you're trying to input it too fast. So you have to kind of just get like a feel of the rhythm to do this. And then, yeah, then this will become like one of the best pokes in the game, because it beats lows, it goes super far, and then it leads into C.Viper's like, you know, most devastating combos. Now, C.Viper's crouching medium kick is also not cancelable. But once again, this will be even harder to do, because now you have to do a down attack, and then you have to quickly go back to neutral. So depending on what controller you use, you know, your fingers are gonna get a workout. So it's the same thing. You do crouching medium kick, and then you want to do a tiger knee motion uppercut as fast as you can, because you need to get back into neutral quickly. If you do it too slowly, like it's gonna be way too late. Like her leg's gonna come back. But if you can do this, you basically give C.Viper a cancelable crouching medium kick. Very powerful, right? If people are walking away from you. And then remember, like from counter hit, on counter hit, she can naturally combo into this. And same with medium kick. And that just allows you to do a lot of damage on your opponent. And the best part is, like, even if they block this, like they block this string, they still gotta block low. You know? Like, it's still very strong. It still keeps them in place, basically. Okay, so for some example combos, I showed you guys with medium kick, crouching medium kick. Heavy kick as well can be really good. I guess in the corner would be a really big reason to do this, but after you do a super jump cancel burn kick in the corner like this, you can land your heavy kick, and then your heavy kick's not special cancelable, but you can, once again, super jump cancel it. So this is worth practicing because this super jump cancel has to be done very late. So what happens is, you guys will know there's one of the trials that you have to do this. So you go like this, like her normal B&B, and then you do heavy kick in the corner. So first thing is you have to make sure your burn kick is the super jump version. Otherwise, you're not going to land in time. And then you press heavy kick as fast as possible. And then you want to wait a moment, like delay it as much as you can. And then go into tiger knee motion, OD burn kick. So core circle forward, up forward, 2 kicks. So it's OD burn kick, but you end in up forward. And this will give you like a really good damage extension arc. See how I did super jump there? That means I inputted it too fast. You gotta wait, because the reason this happens is because you're buffering by accident too early. And what's happening is you're completing the motion before C.Viper even has a chance to super jump out of it in the first place. That's why that's happening. So you just don't want to be too fast. Like a lot of these combos is just practicing timing. A lot of it is timing, not actually execution. Timing is important. But yeah, you'll see you'll get like a huge combo extension from this if you do it correctly. And then you can go into a level 3 or level 2. I'll show you guys like mid-screen. Mid-screen is like if you're really close, you could do it mid-screen too, and it's just monster damage. I'll do it with like her level 2. But you can practice. See how she can land her heavy kick there? If you really want to practice it, do it this way. It's hard. It's really hard this way. Like this, see? And then you go into her level 2. Look how much damage this does. It's crazy. It's a boatload of damage. It's really good. Okay, so for the last part, let's combine both of them together. Combos where you have to feint and you have to super jump cancel in one combo. So this will obviously be her absolute hardest stuff to do. One way to practice this is the Seismo Feint into drive rush. So you do a Seismo and you want to super jump cancel this into a heavy knuckle and you want to feint it. So the easiest way to do this would be after this Seismo hits, you want to do core circle back to up back to super jump cancel, so tiger knee, and then you press heavy punch plus a kick button at the same time. For me, I use light kick as once again it's most comfortable for me on pad. It depends on what controller you use, and you can go like and you hold it down. So I'm personally doing core circle back to up back plus heavy punch and light kick at the same time and hold it down. So you go like this, and if you do it fast enough, you should be able to drive rush forward and do crouching heavy punch. So, for example, drive rush like this, and there should be a trial for this as well, and this will go more into the crazy stuff for C right there. And this is useful because if I cancel that crouching heavy punch into a light thunder knuckle like that, it should be a safe jump. Yeah, plus 42, and then she gets a safe jump from it, for example. So then you kind of try your best to combine those together, you know, like if it's a punish counter, you can go like like that, and then you go into Seismo like this, see, and then you're going crazy. You're doing feint, you're doing super jump cancels, you're playing C.Viper. Another example I can show you guys to practice this. I'm warning you guys too, like these combos that I'm going to show you here, they are quote unquote optimal, but they're really not necessary. You're not getting that much more damage. But for example, her heavy punch does a little bit more damage than her crouching heavy punch. See, this does 1080, this does 960. So technically, canceling her heavy punch feint into crouching heavy punch does more damage than crouching heavy punch feint crouching heavy punch. However, the heavy punch is not normally cancelable. So that means you have to super jump cancel and feint it at the same time. So if you want to really practice this, the way to do this is similar, where you have to go heavy punch to core circle back to up back heavy punch, and then feint. Well, remember, the reason I'm showing you guys the version of the feint by holding down the 2 buttons, because that's the easiest for me personally. But you can do this manually too. Like the manual way to do this is heavy punch, core circle back to up back, heavy punch, and then you quickly press kick before the move comes out. But it's obviously a lot harder. You know, like your timing can be off because you're super jumping too fast. Your timing could be off because you're not pressing kick at the right time. The motion could be wrong. There's a lot of factors that could be wrong, you know. If you hold down kick and then you do this, even that might be wrong. Sometimes they say like it's coming out there. So now I'm getting it now by holding down the kick. But for me personally, heavy punch, core circle back to up back, heavy punch plus kick at the same time, like that. This is the easiest for me. So if you want to practice this, keep in mind you need a punish counter, or it has to be, you have to drive rush into this. You can go crouching medium punch or crouching heavy punch into this, and then practice canceling it into crouching fierce. So you can go like that, and then you go into Seismo, into whatever, right? And this is slightly, and I do mean slightly more optimal for more meter and much more difficult to do. For just like a little more optimization, right? Now, I recommend not doing these kind of combos unless you have your level 1 out. Because otherwise, you're going to be put into burnout so fast, right? Because you're spending the extra meter to do the super jump cancel, and you're drive rushing at the same time. Like if you're doing like a dream combo, like let's say punish counter heavy kick in the crouch and heavy punch, it's so much harder. Like that. And then you drive rush cancel one more time, you're probably in burnout by then. Show one example though, just to show you how much meter it takes. See, like by this point, I cannot do the super jump cancel because I'm in burnout. It requires 1 bar to do the super jump cancel. There we go, like that. Into level 3, you know? Like, one thing you can do is you can go in training mode. So you don't have to do the level 1 every time to have this out. But you can go in training mode and then go to character-specific settings. And at the bottom on C.Viper, just turn it to infinite. Then your level 1 is always out. Then that way you can like practice all these combos. Like you can see if you have your level 1 up, what you can do with C.Viper basically. How practical would it be to do this super jump cancel stuff? See, now I can do it because I'm using the bar at the bottom rather than the top. This scaling is going to be insane. Yeah, it's like I said, I really want to hammer this point, guys. That it is unnecessary. You're doing it for ego. You're doing it to feel yourself, and this will also get you your execution. Like this is good practice too if you really want to like, you know, level up your C.Viper. Like that. That would be, if you could do this whole combo, like that whole thing, then you've like graduated. If you can do it consistently, then you've graduated like C.Viper Feint super jump cancel school, you know? And don't forget too, like the Seismos, like I said, when the level 1 is out, the Seismo cancels are super good. And you can alternate between OD, like I can go OD. Just kind of get a feel for the super jump canceling. And then there's also, like I said, the block string and stuff too. Like you can go crouching medium punch feint and then go into throw, for example. But if you see it hit, then you can go like this into crouching medium punch, right? And then now you got to confirm. So you can go like into OD, and then you can do combos from that, right? Basically everything I showed you. Same with medium kick, you know, like there's tons of cool things you can do with C.Viper when you've learned that. And like I said, I'm just doing like a guide for you guys to get started off, and then of course I'll teach more stuff as I learn her myself. But yeah, I guess that's everything I have to get you guys started. Sorry if I over-explain some things a little too much, but I really want to hammer that point as much as possible. If you guys have any questions though, just like leave a comment below and I'll try my best to answer them. Or you could just visit my stream, because I stream every single day, and the link to that stream should be in the description and on the screen. So thanks so much for watching, guys. Good luck learning C.Viper, and I'll continue to do guides in the future. So thanks. Peace.